Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. We're looking at Quicksilver at Gen Con 2013 with Paul Imboden, and was hoping you could give an overview of the game here.
Very quick overview of the game. It's an airship racing and combat game for 2 to 6 players. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes per player once you've understood the rules of engagement. This board is very customizable. You can set as many checkpoints up in as many different directions as you want. Once you've set up your race the way that you want, you can add extra obstacles onto the board for added flavor. This gives a lot of replayability just right out the box. Everybody starts with a ship that's strapped at the starting line and a full set of armor. They also start with a hand of 5 cards. They can do a number of things like attacking players who are daring to be too close to you, add extra maneuverability options and flexibility with your movements, scat of other abilities as well. Each card also has a numeric value attached to it, which can be used to sacrifice the card for its point value instead of its card effect.
Okay. Spending the points for what?
Mitigating the luck of the dice. There are dice in this game, and I know that scares some people, but we've taken the 5s and 6s off of the dice, added 2s and 3s, so each die has its own natural bell curve and an estimated range of where you can expect the die to land. But if for some reason I rolled too high or too low, I can spend this card to add or subtract 1 point to my die roll, thereby giving me a little bit of flexibility to my movement, but I do it at the risk of sacrificing that card. But there are plenty of times when you have cards that may or may not be suitable at this moment. It's a question of when and how you're using your cards during the game, because this can be used to help your combat rolls. They can be used to mitigate the problems of the obstacles on the board, and they can also just be there as a transparent threat to prevent people from trying to jockey with you too early.
And just we hit the checkpoints and go around?
You adjust your velocity by 1 rating, either up or down, or you state your current rate for the turn. The number of your velocity is the number of dice you're rolling. You're committed to moving that many spaces on your turn. You can spend the first point of your movement to pivot your ship in 60 degrees. You can also spend it to go 120 degrees, but you're sacrificing 1 point on your armor for doing so. You're committed to the rest of the spaces. Exactly. It puts a little bit too much pressure on your ship. The ship's integrity is at risk.
You lose armor in other ways too?
You can lose armor by running into mountains. That'll slow you down and stop you immediately. Flying minefields in play will explode and shrapnel will hit people around them. Turrets on top of mountains, if you're too close to them at the beginning of your turn, it will attack you. It's a very simple, it attacks at a straight rate of 5, so that if you roll a 6 or higher, you're fine, and you can always spend cards in your hand to augment your die roll. Right. It acts as more of a card management deterrent than it does any real threat to your ship. Okay. And then it's a matter of getting through the race as fast as you can.
All right. And apparently the game includes a mustache.
It does include a mustache, and there's some people who've taken a real shine to it, and some other people who've been like, why in the world did you do this? It became a question of, we had an extra space on the chipboard. We can give people a second start and finish line, or we can do something fun.
It has to be like the Mustache Mountain.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see somebody play against Mustache Mountain.
You cannot come this way, senor. You must go around the mustache.
I do not like this at all.
Do not mess with the mustache. All right. Well, thanks for the overview of the game.
Thank you so much.